I am stepping in. It's actually the first time I've actually engaged a meeting or led a meeting. So be kind, Jim.
Rough crowd.
I know, and Richard. So anyways, I'll go ahead and get things kicked off for our April meeting here. So I'm going to say thank you, David, for helping put this thing together for me beforehand. So I'm kind of using his template and just kind of going through it with him about that. But so as far as our membership at this point in time, we have 139 active and 23 inactive, which just keeps going up. So, and we hope to continue that. So fantastic, actually. And we've had quite a few new members join in on it. That's on the next slide. Nope. We get to that eventually. So anyways, welcome all the new members. On the next slide, I think when we have that, I'll kind of do that again. But I guess at first, here's our meeting notes, our meeting minutes from last month that were just posted in our newsletter. So I can give you a second to kind of look that over. A little bit hidden in the right-hand corner with my mug, but so anybody have any questions on that? That seem in order? So I guess a motion to accept the minutes.
How much motion to accept the minutes is Rich?
Okay. Got a second. All right. Minutes are good. Thank you very much. Jim, how about you? How are we doing financially here?
On the line from talking before on Star Trek movies. Rich beyond our wildest dreams. This is more money I've ever seen. Not that I had any. But we started out the month with $46.77.19, and we spent $292.11 and brought in $763.84 with an ending balance of $5,148.92. Disbursements. GoDaddy website. That's an annual fee. We had a reimbursement expenditure on the 100-year anniversary project for our celebration. We had some expenses involved there. And the meetup board is I believe that's an annual subscription fee too. So the deposits were $263.84 for the annual due, and we sold Costco.
Yep.
I deposited that check next week.
So awesome. Thank you, Bobby.
Yeah.
So yeah. We've got a few more things where we're kind of working on that. We had a few members that have donated some things to the club to kind of help us out. So we will continue that. And somewhere in here, you got your coins too.
$100.
Man, I got them for a bargain for $10.
$10 piece. Let me know.
All right. Yeah, financially, we're doing really well. So, I mean, as far as propelling us into, this upcoming year, we're getting out of the winter and we're moving, we've got, some financial opportunities to really, with more outreach and things for the club. So keep up with that because we're going to really try to continue to push and keep the momentum that David's been going with and so forth on. So it's pretty exciting, actually. So we hope that continues with the membership and everything too. I don't know who's online. If Kat's online, I think I heard you say that. Is there, Kat, can you hear me? Do you have anything to kind of chime in on the membership and onboarding? I don't know. We don't have a speaker hooked up, do we?
Okay.
So you're going to play relay?
Matt said we were up to date. I don't know, Matt.
Can you hear me, Cam? Can you hear me, Cam?
Are we? Yeah.
Okay, so will you type what you want to say in here and I'll read it to everybody? She says that we are up to date on our name badges except for we have one new person in April, and I apologize. I don't have that one printed. I just saw it yesterday.
Okay.
So, but everybody else is up to date. So if you're here and you don't have your name badge,
they're out here, yeah.
We have them out here. If you don't see it, come and let me know.
Okay, awesome. How about from the technology side of things, Matt?
I have no idea what I'm doing. I mean, if that wasn't, I mean, but it's, we're on YouTube.
I
It's
was,
working.
I was letting you go ahead and call that one out.
Actually, I'd messed all this up for the eclipse, and I had to put it back, and that's what took it away. Is it right? No. Are we on YouTube? Yes. Is
Woohoo.
there sound? Yes. Got it.
We're doing great.
Hey, that eclipse threw a wrench into everybody's thing, but who cares? It was spectacular. All right, website wise, I don't know if Ty or Greg are on.
Greg is on.
Okay,
No update. Greg says no update on the website.
okay. Mike, publicity wise, anything you want to add? We've been really kind of amping that up quite a bit lately.
I'm an interview Channel 3 at the studio. They came up to our event that we had in Sequatchie County. Rising Rock Media from UTC.
Hey, welcome.
To check out the observatory and do an interview afterwards.
Awesome.
Hopefully we can speak to them about coming to the Sunday event. I'm trying to get more. They had no idea. 5 people came up, I think, and nobody had a clue that this place was here. So
We're going to continue to work on that.
exposure.
So you're right here. Yeah. And I can let Richard chime in too here in a second. I mean, so also Channel 9 reached out to Matt, and Matt headed them my way. I gave kind of a Zoom interview about the eclipse too at our Codling Canyon Star Party. So that got kind of fed, I think, on Eclipse Day, wasn't it? Or was it the day before? Can't remember that it got premiered, but so the Eclipse kind of helped us though. We you know, hopefully that really gave a little bit more exposure to the club. And
also the NASA speaker on Monday.
Oh, that's right.
Was fantastic. The BAS was labeled a part of that. That was awesome.
yeah, unfortunately the weather didn't hold it.
Great. It was a great talk. Yeah.
We were supposed to have a star party afterwards, and the weather did not cooperate, unfortunately. So it was a packed room, a couple hundred, easily several hundred, or
Lots
So,
of students, lots
yeah.
of young people, great questions.
yeah, they really put on a great event.
Was it the UTC campus?
Chat State,
Oh, okay, just.
Yeah, Wesley
Foster, and then Richard.
and Richard, yeah.
So, did Richard want to chime in on anything, or he's been kind of helping out with our social media and stuff too, which is
I don't know. Can you all hear me when I talk?
I can hear you, Richard. Do you want to relay something?
Okay. I kind of put something in the chat, but I just say I try and every 3 months I put the next 3 months worth of events onto Facebook, Meetup, and the website.
Richard
So
says
we're good through
puts 3
May.
months of all of the events on Meetup, the website, and Facebook.
No, Richard's kind of been taking over that lately and just doing a fantastic job. It's just, I've seen an uptick. I think it's really been helpful. We've got somebody like really taking the reins on that sucker.
Can you hear him, Richard?
Yeah. Also, but members, Groups IO, outreach, and I try and get the most recent thing up to the top and let
The Space Cat,
everybody know.
fantastic.
Okay, keep going, Richard. I'm listening.
Oh, I was just going to say, let everybody know that they can see what's going on in the Groups IO outreach, and to let everybody know what they plan to do to participate in Star Parties and other events.
So Richard wants to remind everybody that as he posts events, he also keeps the Groups IO outreach thread up to date. And that's a place for you to be able to comment or ask questions. And it's very useful to know how many people are coming. So if you know you're coming to an event, hop on there and just say, I'm coming. Whatever you're bringing, if it requires a telescope or just what you want to do to help out. That's very helpful for all of us. Richard, once he puts these events on Facebook, Meetup, and the website, all these places, he goes and creates a thread and outreach. And it's real particular. It's just outreach. But that's the place for you to plug into. If you aren't on Groups IO and want to know how to get there, let me know tonight. I'll get you on there.
Yeah, so thank you. That's one thing I was going to say. So sweet. All right. Well, any other updates before I move on? I don't have any. So not in this regard. So was it with the 100-year, but we had our 100 years. So that committee is now, I guess, dissolved. Oh.
That's from last
So 100 years ago.
Yeah.
Gonna delete that group IO.
I don't think
for
so.
that, or just kind of
I think it was-
read only,
I think it
kind of
was-
keep it archived.
Yeah, that's what I was
if it
thinking.
counts against our quota, yeah.
If there's images and
We can
stuff.
tell.
that's-
Okay.
yeah.
So I talked to David a little bit about this. We've been talking quite a bit. You know, David's been involved with other nonprofits as well. And I've kind of delved into this a little bit too, because I really hadn't really been as familiar with it. I'm still not as David. But you know, from a nonprofit standpoint and an insurance standpoint, you know, we kind of put ourselves out there a little bit, and especially as we're getting into more and more outreach and we're doing more events and things, and we're not covered. Not only just our membership, but also the leadership, if based on decisions that we're making and so forth that affect us and the public, have been kind of looking into adding that to our club as we continue to grow. This is really probably something that we should consider. I strongly, you know, after the research I've been doing on it, I know we're very small, but we're still open up to this litigious society that we live in, and we do a lot of public stuff. And you know, last couple of years, it's just been ramping up even more. So David's really done a lot of legwork, and although you can't really see it with my face there in the bottom right, but oh, it's on the left there for the annual premiums. So it's not necessarily a cheap thing. It's, you know, on average about $100 a month, but with the amount of liability and coverage and so forth, he's gotten you know, there might be other ways to find the quote, but this has been his best one so far. And he kind of wanted me to put this out there again to the club, to even if we wanted to make a motion, even as early as this evening, on it or not, or if we wanted to wait till he came back. But, you know, as far as part of the leadership, and we've been talking about it too, and other members, you know, I think it's a worthwhile venture. You know, so, and it's very common. It's actually more uncommon, I guess, to not cover yourself. And especially if you're getting the fees in to help cover it. I mean, we're a nonprofit, so, and we're growing. So I kind of wanted to put that out there. We have enough membership to put to a vote if we would like to do that. The only thing I will say is, David, there is like $187 one here for this employment practice liability. He's looking into that. It's like $187 a year that we may not need to add, so it might be as low as $1,000, but it's still, you know, $1,000 to $1,200 a year to help cover our club for all the star parties that we do, the schools we go to, you know, anything that the BAS is involved with in the leadership is helped covered that way. And so David thought I would ask, you think, are we ready to, members here to vote on that this evening, or do we need to chew on it for another month now that we've got kind of the quote and so forth? So I think this is our
Just have one question.
third or fourth month.
I've increased your possibly. You know, I think you have. It
May, and that's one thing, but our membership is increasing as well. So that helps cover things with our annual membership. You know, we just increase things.
Well, I know we haven't done it as long as I've been treasurer. Maybe it's been done fast, but we haven't really set up a budget, an annualized budget that says this is our expenses are per year. It might be useful to go through that exercise to see if the funds really are. I mean, right now we got a lot of money in the bank, but I don't know what it'll be like 6 months. You know, if we,
Okay.
we can, you know, a budget's always a guide.
It is, but like average membership, and that's kind of what we're getting in, plus the other fees that we're paying for and stuff.
I would just like to say, you know, when David brought this up, I reached out. Richard says it's not like we can't afford it. Let's get this done. And I agree. I sit on 2 boards, and I was not aware of the liability insurance that they carried. both boards carry insurance on us.
Mhm.
And we, quite frankly, do way more community interaction and outreach than both those other two places. So I believe we should get on this yesterday. I mean, I think we should make a motion and get this done.
I do now that I'm aware of it. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, since David really and a few of the other members kind of brought that up months ago and we're really delved into it, I feel very strongly that I think we should.
Well, I make a
Kevin?
motion that we do this, and Richard says second.
Okay.
Kevin,
So we just call a vote and we vote.
I get, what is the percentage?
So
We have to have a quorum.
we've got a quorum
Kevin,
between online and here.
Yeah.
So,
10 voting members present or something.
yeah.
Yeah.
So we need to, if someone act as secretary right now.
Oh, I forgot to mention that. Yeah, we don't have unfortunately an active secretary to kind of help out with that. Is anybody just for this evening willing to help out with that? I mean, I could help a little bit. I have,
Ned wants to say something. Let's say it. See what Ned says.
hello,
Okay, Ned, can you hear us?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you a little bit. Can you speak? Can you speak up?
I'm wondering if you could give an example of where we might use this insurance. What problem would this solve?
There's a seeing of what involved being.
Okay, so
Nothing I've ever seen.
Ned Smith has asked a question. He said he wondered if we could have an example of where this insurance would be applicable. Is that right, Ned?
Yes,
Did I get that right?
yes.
Yeah. So, if those of you who've been to Cloud Canyon, for instance, you know when we set up our telescopes, often people drive through that parking lot before and after at high rates of speed. In a situation where we hosted the event, even though we're a co-host with Cloud Canyon, if someone were to accidentally hit someone, or if there was an altercation in the parking lot, or if even things got stolen. Actually, we were up there one night. Someone drove down the hill by accident. Remember that?
I wasn't there for that one.
It was an adventure.
Okay.
In a situation like that, Ned, we could be held liable if someone chose to bring suit against us.
Trip and fall over a tripod.
Yeah.
They can sue everyone in the campground because that's just what people do.
And it's also based on some decisions that the leadership might make about an event that we were unaware of and maybe missed up on something that kind of helped cover us a little bit. David knows a little bit. He's kind of delved into a little bit more than that, but
Richard asked if it covered equipment as well, and I'm not sure about that, Richard. That's something we could ask.
The property damage or something.
there is in here, he took a screenshot. I've got some of that part, but it does break down. There is some with, I think, like $1,000 deductible and,
Let's do this. Let's table this to the next meeting, and let's make everyone aware of it, and let's make a thread in Groups IO for folks to ask questions and to discuss this. But I think that way we don't want to blindside anybody. I know this is the first time a lot of people are hearing about it. So that way we can get it out in the newsletter, or maybe a special email probably.
okay.
For both. Yeah.
Yeah, this is the first time we've actually had the quote. Now, we've been talking about it, but not the financial, how much that impact is going to be.
So
So,
we'll put all the information we have in a Groups IO post. People can ask questions. We will vote on this next month, and get this going.
I'll try to come up with some financials.
Okay.
I mean, it'd be easy for me to go through our checkbook and see, this is what we spend, this is what we bring in, this is, kind of the annualized income and outgo we have. That way you have to make an informed decision. Can we really afford it? Which I think we can, but,
It's $106 a month.
that don't sound like a lot, but it adds up over time. We've got a lot of money going out.
Yeah.
But yeah, you do have to count
I just think, doing due diligence, I think we just.
all right,
Numbers.
Matt, let's do that.
Oh, yeah.
That makes sense.
That's great. So,
Financial.
for Cat that I went this weekend, we had to sign 2 papers before they would give us our badge for it. We pulled up the gate, the first thing they gave us was 2 legal papers. We had to sign before they would give us our badges to say.
And so we can't do that for the public showing up for a public star party, you know. Please sign this waiver and don't sue, you know, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't feel practical.
No, it
And
doesn't.
also-
It's
It
not.
also says, oh, here, sign your life away and you can look at our stuff.
I know.
It's not real
Yeah.
lawyer. But yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, it doesn't even say, as president, say, hey, look, you want to look at this, sign this. You know what I mean?
All right, well, I think that's a great idea. Why don't we just go ahead and just push it? Let's talk about it.
We'll
You
table
gotta
it.
give us
That way
30 days and,
Folks can ask questions, but with the intent of a quorum and a vote next month to make this happen. And next month is the election, so is that right?
Yep.
Yeah, next month's the elections.
okay. All right. Thank you very much. Recent activities. Was there a big activity in the last week or so? I'm trying to think. It's been pretty boring, hasn't it? So of course that I'm talking about Codman Canyon. So that was actually a great event.
It was.
It was beautiful weather, like no moon. I think we estimated well over 100 people,
Yeah.
like even up to 150 people.
Said, I heard about this online somewhere, so somebody's doing a job here.
Huh.
People were showing up.
That'd be Richard.
Yep, that's Richard.
I was in the area, I just heard, I'm from Savannah, Georgia, and I was here, and I heard about it, and I came up here.
It gets posted in various tech Slack communities too, because somebody's watching meetup.
Okay.
This is good.
It was really great. I mean, just the weather, we had the great turnout. Unfortunately, Matt, you made it because of other reasons, but you still made it to the next function. A little tired from it, but yeah. But it really was. We had a really great turnout. It was fun. It was a just great crowd. Multiple people said that they've been there before and they're just really looking forward to, because this is our first one of this year. So fantastic as always. Looking forward to the next one. Although I won't be at the next one. I'll be out of town next month.
This weekend is lining up to be a good weather.
It is. Yeah. Crossing fingers on that. Secondly, the solar eclipse. Lots of us traveled for that. And most of us got incredibly lucky. I haven't actually heard of a story of anybody.
Fabulous pictures.
Huh?
Fabulous pictures, some of the people.
They are. So I just kind of stole these from what was posted in our group's IO just to kind of put a few. I know there's a lot more people that took pictures or whatever. Got Matt and Dennis and David up here, Amy and I from Indiana. Tyler's, that's a fantastic picture.
That's really right.
Yeah. And yours, John, you just posted this. I snagged that real quick. I mean, these are beautiful. And then this is, I'm hidden back in here, but from the Chat State event, which it was supposed to rain all day and they got some parting in the clouds. So anybody that didn't post anything, anybody else travel? No. Well, yep. And you went to Texas, you went to the Sky and Telescope event, right? Or something like that, or? Huh? Oh, the Texas Star Party. Okay. And it opened up for you. You got lucky too.
Broken clouds before and riders within totality, we had big clouds and put it off for just a few minutes. We had broken clouds again.
At least you got it though.
And after it was all over with, I cleared off.
That's John.
Of course.
I think everyone but me was worried about it the entire time.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, we're good.
Well, they had 2 feet of snow.
Yeah. And from what I understand, insanely horrible traffic. Like the worst place for traffic, just going over the mountains and everything. I know you hit some too. We did, but once we got out of totality, we got lucky, I think. But it was just amazing, like all the hype and everything for the last couple of years. I mean, it just, I think for astronomy, couldn't ask for a better thing to give us, to help promote, what we all love. And I think there was so much more hype in 2017, don't you think? Like,
Seems like.
I don't know. I felt like it
Really
was.
low.
Yeah, it felt like it. I don't know. I felt like it was in the news more. Like maybe people realized what they missed. and so forth. But it was just so spectacular.
If you watch the Great American Eclipse on PBS, you can find it online. In fact, I have the link. If you want to see it, just let me know. I'll send it to you. Or I'll post it in group side.
Okay, yeah.
You can watch it on your phone, but it was great. They've been playing it all week, and it really makes. I'm going to tell you, you're going to have FOMO after you watch it.
If you didn't go,
Yeah, if you didn't see it, but it's fantastic.
It really
Some of the hype is because of how long it's going to be before the next one.
True.
In the
Unless you
United
go to
States.
Egypt.
Yeah, in the United States. Yeah.
Portugal.
Yeah. So we have to wait another 20 years. Yeah.
Because of the way it was over more people than the last one.
Mm.
Down through more of the desert.
Yeah.
You know, and hit less people, but this, because it went up, Kansas, Texas, across up into New York State through there, it hit more people.
Yeah, being in the East Coast.
You know, it's almost twice as long as the last one, but it seemed half as long as the new one.
I know.
But I'm interested in seeing if anyone took the flights and did something on the flights.
Well, did you see the Delta flight that went the wrong direction and
way.
flew out of it?
Oh no.
Is that one of the ones they paid for?
Yeah. It shows air traffic control next to it, and it just goes the wrong way. They circle back around, but they missed their ride.
Oh, that's
Wow.
terrible.
Yeah.
Talking about a bolt on a plane.
I know, right?
The one comes down, goes across Greenland and Iceland, comes down, goes through Spain. I know last night Sky and tells it, but I think that's 2026 or 2028.
Yeah, it's 26.
That would bump.
Yeah.
4 days of clear skies.
I don't doubt it. Okay.
That's trouble.
It's bad time of year for it.
All right. So upcoming events, most of these are, well, Cloudland Canyon we just had and the solar eclipse we just had, but we do have, as you were saying, weather looks good for this Saturday. So we have our monthly one at Harrison Bay. I know of quite a few of us that have already said that we're going to be there. So hopefully more people chime in on Groups.io. And if you're not on Groups.io, let us know so we can help you get on it. But hopefully that turns out to be really well. Are you going to NEAF? Who's going to NEAF this year? Anybody?
Yes, it's going on.
Okay.
He's got to go get his free
Yeah,
door prize from whatever vendor. I only won this $5,000
Yeah.
telescope.
Yeah.
Somebody's got to win.
And I wasn't here last month. Kat's been reaching out. She's got in with this. It's called the Metrofan Con. It's it's not a Comic Con. It's more about animation, like big movies, like big Disney movies, and people that are doing the voiceovers for like Ariel and like all these big. They're all there, and it's a pretty big event that she's kind of got us into to help promote the BIS over the weekend of May 17th through 19th. And I know a couple of us that can kind of sort of make some of it in part-time, and I'm going to help with displays and stuff or not. But please reach out to Kat if you're around that weekend. If you want to help out, and she's got tickets and stuff for it, so free just to kind of go and so look it up online. I'd never even heard of it. But hopefully there's people that kind of go to that might be interested in us. So she's got us a little table and stuff and everything. So, that's kind of what's coming up. And of course now Cloudland Canyon's kicking every first Saturday of the month, and then Harrison Bay is our typical every second third or Saturday of the month. I can't think of anything else. David didn't. I just added the one for Kat.
There's two more.
Oh, geez. Yes, thank you.
So this Sunday and next Sunday, and then we're done
Yep.
for the spring.
For the spring.
Wait, we're in fall, right?
No, we're in spring. We're in spring.
Oh, sorry. Sorry. And that's my students, I never know what.
We've actually got an opportunity to do a little bit of science here. We're going to try to get an SQM reading here at the observatory or one of those star parties, because the new director at Cloudland Canyon wants to do SQM readings there, so we can compare the three locations.
The new ranger that we met the other day.
What's an S?
It's a sky quality reading.
Okay, thank you.
How bright or dark it is, basically.
Yeah, yes. Portal scale. It translates directly.
That would be really good to know because we can let people know where we're at. It really goes
Did it
into
way
our
back when, but,
dark sky week coming up soon, just to be able to help promote that. Just saying, hey, that when this place was built, it was probably a Bortle 2 or 3,
yeah,
and now it's probably
hey,
feels like 25. It's pretty bad.
But the SQM,
Yeah.
right under the parking lot right
Yeah.
after, see how it does. Melts.
All right, just to kind of plug this in, Jim, we do have our some of these 100-year commemorative coins left. So for those that don't, we just turned 100 years old. Big deal, really big deal. Like one of the only club, right? We're the
no,
or
there's about 4.
yeah, but we're one of the few.
This is 1887, I think. I looked it up.
Oh, really? Wow. Okay. And then we also just, again, we're pushing our Zazzle store. It's a print on demand. It's a little bit more expensive, but we're not having to carry merchandise. You get to pick and choose what you want instead of just what's on the table. I think we're going to start promoting this a little bit at Star Parties, put like QR codes and stuff so they can, we're not making much. We're making like $1 or $2 a thing. It does help. It's more about, just trying to get people to wear our logos and really expose the BAS. So if you haven't, the quality of the goods have been great so far. I haven't seen anything come out of it that's not good. Yeah, I saw that. And the retro, which I like, which is cool. Yeah. So that's on our website. And you can just get on Zazzle and type in Bernard Astronomical's BAS, all shows up. And then you mentioned our elections next month. So right now we have candidates for myself for president, Tyler here for vice president. We are still looking for somebody to step in to help us for secretary. We've been kind of down that for a while, and it's really helpful. David's been kind of doing it on his own, and I can help step up, depending on the election and so forth, and other people chip in. But it would really be great if we could have somebody that we know would be consistently around and helping with that.
And I just like to say, as far as the secretary position goes, we make it really easy for you. I'm recording this business meeting, so all you got to do is just go back and watch the business meeting and take notes. And
The pay raise is the same as the president.
I got some really good walkthroughs on how to take notes for the business meeting for the meeting. But our Constitution and the 501c3 requires proof of minutes from every meeting we have. So it's part of the Constitution. We got to get this done.
And what's nice about the way, you can look and see, review this now. If you miss it, you don't have to be here. It's not like, it's tough to make every meeting. And so with that form, you don't really have to. Just it helps the club and being involved, and really, again, the minutes are important. So, and of course, Jim wants to remain treasurer. We love you for that.
Yeah.
You were trying to think of something snarky. You just couldn't get it out, could you?
It's a strong word. I'm not sure.
So anyways, I guess the elections will be held next month. I'm going to be out of town, so I guess it'll be a surprise for me. Amy and I are taking some geology students out west for 10 days. Now we'll be out in the desert looking at rocks. And so maybe, I know. Crossing fingers, you'll just have to let me know. I don't even know if we'll have cell coverage during that day.
I'm pretty sure you're safe.
Yeah. All righty, let's get going through this. All right. So tonight's program is John Sadler. Oh, I apologize. Thank you. See, motion to conclude the meeting.
Motion, we conclude the
Okay.
meeting.
Awesome.
So I'm gonna, if you'll just say we're gonna break down the business, turn it off the business
All right.
meeting, and we'll be right back with John's program. So I'm gonna
We are breaking down the meeting.
Take a few minutes and set one.
And I could probably just set the mic up here. You think that would be enough?